All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's another overcast and rainy day here in Charlotte. Welcome to meditation. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So as we know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and one of the ways that we can practice our mental health is by taking time out for ourselves. Sometimes that time might look like going for a walk. It may look like gardening. It may look like yoga. And in this instance, it looks like meditation. Meditation is a great way to just calm your thoughts, take a deep breath, and reboot your day and give yourself just a moment. It's quite beneficial. So thank you for joining me today in meditation. And today's meditation is inspired by the rain. For those of us who are living in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, we have been under a damp sponge of a sky and experiencing so much rain recently. And according to the almanac, which I have not read, I've only heard, so this is all hearsay, but I've heard this is going to be the rainiest summer and fall we've had in a long time. So that being said, I wanted to plant a seed about the rain and to plant an idea that we can somehow recall the feeling of love with each raindrop, right? With each breath of air we take in. So that's what today's meditation is going to be about. I am going to be planting the seeds of positive thoughts as we experience more rain in our forecast. So with that, we're going to begin. So good morning, everyone, and please settle in. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Make whatever adjustments you need so that you are upright, breathing strong, and yet comfortable and supported. And take this moment to just have a little bit of time for yourself. Thank you for joining me. So at this time, I invite you to rest your eyes. So if you'd like to close them, go right ahead. If you'd like to keep them open, just allow everything to shift out of focus. Allow everything to fade into the distance as you begin to focus on your breath. You don't have to change anything about your breathing. Your body knows what to do. It has been doing this since the moment you were born. So allow it to continue doing what it naturally does, and just bring an awareness of your breath into your mind. I invite you to notice the temperature of the air as you inhale, and then notice the temperature of the air as you exhale. I invite you to bring an awareness to where you feel that coolness in your nose as you inhale. And then where do you feel the warmth of the air as it's exhaled? So continue to breathe. Keep your focus on your breath, and I invite you to listen. To settle in for a moment. Become present to truly what is, to what is now, and to what has always been and is everlasting. Your thoughts may wander, and that's okay. When they do, simply invite them back by focusing back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Our breath and the air that we breathe is as old as the earth. We are sustained by the same air that was around when fish first crawled out of the water. We breathe in oxygen, what we need as we inhale, and we let go of carbon dioxide, what we no longer need as we exhale. The plants in return breathe in that carbon dioxide and they exhale oxygen back to us. There is a rhythm in this exchange. Feel that rhythm. And what we can recognize is that the air is changing its content, and yet it's still air. There are days when the air is clear and it seems easy to breathe. And there are days when the scent in the air carries us into the memories of our youth. And some days the air feels thick and heavy and like it might be weighing us down. The air is constantly changing, and yet it is still air. We can't see it, but we know that it's there. Breathe that in. Inhale. And exhale. And like air, water has been around since the earth came into being, and it is constantly changing. On days when the air feels heavy, it's because the humidity is high. The water has evaporated and become invisible and yet a noticeable part of the air. The water has changed form. We can't see it, but we know that it's there. We can't touch it, but we can feel its presence. Water evaporates, and when this happens, we think it's disappeared. We believe it is gone from us, but it isn't. It rises into the expanse of sky and becomes clouds. Sometimes the clouds rain back down, showing us that the water hasn't left us at all. It has simply changed form once again. Breathe that in. Inhale and exhale. Sometimes the water becomes snow or ice, maybe on top of a mountain or maybe in winter. In spring, it changes form again as it melts, filling the streams, moving rapidly and navigating rocks as obstacles that have been placed in its path. Water moves without hesitation. And at times, it can become still, like glass. All the while, water is changing, but it is the same water that has always been. Sometimes the water is clear. And other days, the sediment has been stirred into it. And either way, it is still water. We take water in, and it changes form again, sustaining us and fulfilling us. Some days the water exits through salty tears, watering the garden of our being like rain when it is needed most. And some days the tears come out like storms, a torrential downpour of emotion, carving away at what was and divining a new, unexpected path through our good intentions like a wound. Water can be like that. It can be devastating, and it can be nurturing. It can be rough, and it can be calm. It can be liquid, and it can be solid. Or sometimes it is in between, like fog or steam. But all the while, it's still the same water. Breathe that in. Inhale. And exhale. Like air and like water, we are constantly changing. Sometimes life feels easy and it flows smoothly. And other times we find ourselves navigating obstacles like rapids and eddies. But all the while, we are still ourselves. And we love. Love is as old as water and the air. We love from the core of our being, sharing love in our thoughts and our actions. When we love another being, we cannot see this love, but we know it's there. We can feel its presence, surround ourselves with it, and even breathe it in. Sometimes love is sweet like a child, or lingering like the scent of night jasmine in the early morning air. Sometimes love is an invigorating relief like a waterfall in a mountain pass. Sometimes love takes the form of a friend, revealing itself in kindness and laughter. Sometimes love takes the form of a significant other, showing up in touch and connection. Breathe that in. Inhale. And exhale. Sometimes love is easy, and other days love feels challenging, but it is still love. It is a guide, and it is the path. We can't see it, but we know it's there. And sometimes we feel like love has left us, like when a loved one dies, and we grieve this loss. We grieve the love that we think has gone away. But love hasn't gone away. It's still there. It has simply changed form. When water changes form, we don't question that it has gone away. Rather, we understand that it has simply changed its way. We know that it is still there and that we will now experience it in a different way, in its new form. When air shifts its content, we still call it air, but we experience it in a different way. Love is the same way. The form, the body in which love is stored may change, but the energy that is love remains. Breathe that in. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in love like you breathe in air. Allow it to fill you. Allow it to bring you what you need. And exhale it out, letting go of ideas that no longer serve you. Allowing love, like air, to change form and feed something else. Breathe that in. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in love the way you breathe in air. Feel its presence and know that, like air, it has never gone away from you. It is there to sustain you as it always has. Exhale and understand on a deep level how love, like air, changes form, but it's still here. And like air, we often take it for granted, not thinking about what is truly around us. Like breathing, love can become automatic. And in this way, it slips out of our consciousness and into the background of our lives. But it's still there. Bring it into your awareness, just as you're bringing in breathing into your awareness. Breathe love in. Inhale. And exhale. When we think about love, sometimes tears come, rain comes, or maybe you thirst for more water, and when you do, think of love. It nourishes you. It releases you. You become free to accept love in whatever form it takes. Breathe that in. Inhale. And exhale. Allow yourself to water the garden of your being with love. Know that this love is as ancient as air and water and the earth itself. That love will continue to surround you and be a part of you. You may not see it, and sometimes you may forget to feel its presence, but it's still there. The love of those who have gone before us is still here. It's simply changed form. Just breathe that into your awareness. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and know that you are loved. Breathe in and know that you always have been loved. Breathe in and know that you are surrounded still by love. Breathe in and know that love remains with you. It has just changed form from time to time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. and breathe out. As you continue to breathe, and as we come out of the meditation, see if you can keep love in your awareness. Know that your participation today was an act of love that you did for yourself. And that when you love yourself in this way, it is a way of loving others as well, because love radiates outward. It becomes a part of the air we breathe. Take a nice deep inhale in. Hold. Exhale like a big sigh. One more time. Breathe in. Take a nice deep breath. Fill your lungs all the way to the top and hold. Exhale like a sigh. Good. So come out of the meditation. Bring small movements to yourself. Wiggle your fingers and your wrists and your toes and your ankles. Move around a little bit. You've been still. And thank you so much for joining me on this meditation today. Thank you for taking care of yourself and for the love that is all around us. Thank you.